Hi everyone, it's Pamela Ferguson and I wanted to come on and talk about a very simple way to do a budget. It is the 50-30-20 rule. Basically, you have your income that you're going to receive, not your gross, but your net, like what you actually take home. You're going to take 50% of that and put it for your needs. It's going to include housing, transportation, debt. You have to pay, that is also considered a need because you have to pay for it. The 30% is your wants, and then the 20% is your savings. So within that 50%, it's possible maybe that maybe you're living at home, or maybe, I don't know, you're sharing rent, or your housing may be a little bit lower, or maybe the food is a little bit lower. Don't feel that you have to spend 50 there. It's just a budget, right? It's a line item. So if you're not spending 50%, you can always shuttle some of that away to other sections. The 30% is for wants. This is gonna be your fun stuff, vacations, restaurant dining, shoes, jewelry, jerseys, anything that you want to do. And this part is important because you're like, well, I have all this debt, or, I have so much that I don't want to spend for wants. That's okay. And I think that may be a circumstance that could be good. However, I do caution you because of the fact that, just like a diet, if you restrict yourself too much, you just simply won't stick to it. You're like, forget it. I can't buy anything, so why bother? And the other thing about budgeting specifically for wants is that then you don't feel guilty about buying things. You're like, oh, I shouldn't be buying this. It's okay because it's actually budgeted for, and you've already, allowed yourself to be able to do that. And then the last one is the 20%, which is savings. And that could be all sorts of savings. It could be retirement, it could be emergency fund, it could be a car, it could be college fund, it could be anything like that. Any of those venues are for saving. And the numbers are the percentages are, that is the rule, 50-30-20, but I'll give you an example of my one daughter, is that instead we did we started out when she had some debt, we did like a 20-80. She was living at home, so we were able to, she really didn't have a lot of needs, right? So she didn't have housing, she didn't have food. She did have some other expenses like cell phone, car, student loans maybe. So that would be the 20%, and all the rest, the 80%, either went to debt or savings. So you can play with these numbers a bit to figure out what works best for you. But for somebody maybe living on their own, the 50-30-20 is great. And if you're somebody who just doesn't spend as much, maybe you could flip those. You could do 50-20-30. So 20% goes to wants and 30% goes to savings. Now, if there's any extra in any of those sections, the key thing is to always shuttle those to savings. Have a great day. Hope you learned something.